Happy Autism Awareness Month 2026, Internet. I'm Deanna Jean Pierce, and this is my Autistic Integrity account. And my autism awareness thing that I want to share today is about the trouble with transitions. And I really hope this helps people who are watching. Now, we all can struggle potentially with transitions. But for people with autism, people with neurodivergence, it can be really hard, especially hard, for people with autism to transition. I know this from personal experience in my own life as an autistic female who is currently self-diagnosed. I know this from working with children with autism who are on the spectrum and with ADHD and other social and emotional learning differences in elementary schools years back. I've seen this firsthand. The trouble with transitions can actually be, it's something you want to actually really be aware of, because this can actually, and I'm not being dramatic. If you aren't aware of this, the struggle with transitions for autistic people from one thing to the next, when the flow of life is calling you to stop doing this thing and do this thing instead, if you're not aware of how autistic people can get really stuck and rigid, then you can't really help them or help yourself or help your loved one with autism. It's something to be really aware of. I once worked with a child at an elementary school in my hometown who struggled with transitions so much that it was essentially my full-time job to help this child with transitions. Because going from classroom to recess to lunchroom and keeping to that flow of life was so difficult for this child because of the neurodivergence, that it was literally my full-time job to help with transitions for this child. And I have struggled with this myself too, where it's like, okay, it's time to take a shower, but I can't stop doing this thing, even though I have to take a shower in order for my life to move on, to move forward. And so if you're watching this and you think you're neurodivergent or you love someone who's neurodivergent, please be aware of this. This can be like a massive thing that you might not be aware of. When the flow of life, when God is calling you to stop doing one thing and move in this new direction, autism can sometimes come up as a mass resistance, like a massive resistance to God's flow and new direction. It can seem like extreme stubbornness, extreme stuckness. You can feel like you're pulling teeth for yourself or someone else. And so I really want to share this information that, in my opinion, from my experience, it's because this world is, it can be really harsh. And the sensitivities that come with autism and neurodivergence, it can create, where people are so focused, on processing their environment and their life, and they feel like they just really would rather spend all of their time, or they need to spend more time processing and feeling, and they get really caught up in that realm. But life is really, really calling you to go over here and expand and grow from this new experience. I could talk about this a lot. So sometimes with an autistic person, you have to literally be like, stop doing this. We have to go here now. And then once they get over that resistance and they go, they realize like it's very obvious that this new direction was really, really of God and of love and in everyone's best and highest interest. Let me give you a recent example from my life. Was it Sunday? It was either Sunday or Monday. I was bed rotting, which is something I tend to do on my time off because of autism, unhealed trauma, and other things I'm dealing with in life. And Dan was very persistent. My husband was very persistent about going to the zoo because I had expressed wanting to go to the zoo for a long time now. And he was like, we're going to go to the zoo. We're going to go to the zoo. Let's go to the zoo. Let's go to the zoo. And he's become pretty mastered. At navigating my autism, just like I've become very mastered at navigating his autism, because we've been together, lived together, partnered together for over 6 years now. And so he understands the persistence it takes to break through the resistance to transitions. He's like, we're going to the zoo, We're going to go to the zoo now. And then once I was at the zoo, I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I was calling in. But autism sometimes creates this mass resistance to God's flow and love's flow and the transition to something different, a new environment. It can be very overwhelming. I want to share more here, but happy Autism Awareness Month. I want everyone to share their insights about autism this month, and flood the internet with your awarenesses and understandings so that everyone can feel closer to each other. If you or someone you love is struggling with transitions to doing love's call, just know that it just takes persistence and kind of like making a big deal out of it and be like, no, we gotta go. It is time to go do this thing. Like, for example, I have to go to work right now, and I'm gonna be late, so bye.